belongs to those who have free minds. Those who can see behind the veil of illusion, know the truth, and can stand on it.
My pro-black, really pro-black, anti-hip-hop dress code. That's no cap, no facts. My white cells assassinate. Any kind of virus get chewed up, masticate. My immunity's indestructible. I'm a pillar of my community, no deductible. General Tucson leading the revolution. To black problems, we are the only fucking solution. No outsiders, no white saviors, we gatekeeping. I keep trying to wake them up cause they stay sleeping. Chooks is armed with ancestral wisdom, so I don't trust people that still trust the system. We gotta eat like Sebi, fight like Ali, think like Malcolm, migrate to Merca, Somalia. I carry my own water, so I value every drop of it. Drowning at the bottom, so I swim up to the top of it.
If I say it, then I mean it. I'm never backing down. Only a few real ones left now. If it's truth, then I'ma stand on it. If it's justice, then I'ma stand on it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'll never take it back. And if you ever hear me say it, then it's facts. That's my word, and I'ma stand on it. That's what you heard, I'ma stand on it. Yeah. What happened to principles, character, fortitude? Healing through alchemy, magic is what I'm born to do. Time to purge the planet from human toxicity. People do any and everything for publicity. It's way out of control, destructive, they weak and careless. We either stand for what is right or else the people perish. Putting these devils in a panic, now we got them frantic. The righteousness of justice is poetic, Pac and Janet. You don't know lies from truth when you wearing blinders. Wisdom separates the strong people from the spineless. They tell me to kill them with kindness, be considerate, but everybody's capping out here, nothing's legitimate. Nobody's surrounded us everywhere, but the souls is missing. The enemy is always watching and the ops is listening. No wonder most of these people feeling defeated. The language of God is encoded and they can't read it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'm never backing down. Only a few real ones left now. If it's truth, then I'ma stand on it. If it's justice, then I'ma stand on it. If I say it, then I mean it. I'll never take it back. And if you ever hear me say it, then it's facts. That's my word, and I'ma stand on it. That's what you heard, I'ma stand on it. Rusty Chucks, Kai Phoenix, yeah.
Greetings, peace, and power, family. Welcome to another episode, another dope episode of Revolt Discussion Radio. I'm Knowledge Born 7. I'm here with my business partner, Chi-Town Akil, and we have two powerful people in the building. We have Black Power as well as Auset. I'm in Ra. I want you guys to go ahead and introduce yourself. We're going to let the sister go first, and then we let Black Power introduce itself. Go ahead, sister.
Peace, everyone. My name is Auset. I'm in Ra, and I am myself. I control my own environment. I control my own here, and I'm the boss. Paid the cost. Known as the Great Mother Goddess in my household, and everywhere I go. That's who I am.
All right, Black Power, introduce yourself.
Black Power, I'm an African descendant, period. That's all that need to be said. I am an African descendant. I acknowledge it, love it, respect it, rep it, walk it, live it, talk it. Black Power in this mother.
All right. The topic is the Willie Lynch syndrome. My brother Chi-Town Akil, I want you to give your input on thus far as the Willie Lynch syndrome. It don't have to be long, anything like that. Just hit us with a little something. And then we're gonna get right into it.
I just break it down like this. We had talked about this subject 4 or 5 months ago on Rebel Vision Television. You know what I mean? And some say, "Oh, they let it fake," but it don't matter if it's fake or not. The letter that I read a few times before, over and over, is what's happening today. You know what I mean? Exactly is what's happening in these day and time.
All right. This is definitely a dope topic, and it's coming from the Willie Lynch letter. If you have not read it, I think I got it in digital form. I can send you a copy. If not, we can get you a copy. It is a must read. Definitely dealing with the separation of us as a people, the melanated man and the melanated woman, and definitely with a mass destruction of colorism and dealing and also destruction of the psychokinesis and the telekinesis of us moving together. So definitely we gotta check that book out, because it's essential that we see the plan, not just the plan, but just the ultimate plan of how we got definitely separated as a family, as a tribe, as a unit. Anyone else want to expound on that, sister or brother?
Yes, I actually do. As we've all read this letter a number of times,
Mm-hmm.
it was not just a letter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stamp that now. That don't contemplate that anymore, because you're playing out. So there's no way that it was just a letter. And what I want to say is, it's too intricate. And our people literally are a cast of this right now. And it's been going on far too long, and it's no longer the whip and the strap. You see what I'm saying? Our people got to wake up. There's not that much sleep in the freaking world to not see what is going on around. Even if you had, we like blaming on a pork diet. We got this and that going on. We are all under the structure. Have us, right? And we still have our right mind about our culture, who we are, you know, our visions moving forward. My thing is, for the longest time, we try to wake our people up.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I see that is the most destructive weapon for our people is religion.
Holla.
I'm sick and tired of it. They have to know that it's man-made and created. I don't want to disrespect what anybody else's beliefs are, but in my own space and time, I do. I'm going to tell the truth. My opinion is all that shit is bullshit. And it's just another way to keep us locked down and following the rules. If they don't see that in all this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, they need to put that shit to the side. And that is very obvious to me. I mean, does anybody else see that?
Yeah, definitely. We need to get rid of that.
Let me just say,
like I tell people, it's not the ultimate key. It's just a story. It has a few keys in it, but it's not the key that you live by for your morals and your ethnicity. But at the same
add before I pass them,
people use it.
Mm-hmm. I spent 15 years in the Nation of Islam. You see, I started this. And at that time, it was in the mid 80s, if I could take you back there for a minute. The state of our people was cracked out and doped up.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that wasn't was in the church and in the mosque and things.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that time, because see, I got knowledge of self from a brother named Knowledge in Poughkeepsie, New York. We had our little group that we built. You know how we come together in our friend's house or anybody's house, and we get the building on the and that. I was the situation where I was the only female in the group because my boyfriend was he was a god body. So I got to come into the groups and be like the only female. You know what I'm saying? So I had that respect. Like I didn't have to go in the other room, and I didn't have to have on nothing on my head and that. You know what I'm saying? The outward show. But they gave me the name Queen Reflection, and I went through the degrees. because I'm a science-minded person. But when I saw the actions of the gods, I said, nah. You know, I'm sitting there and we building, and they pass me some coke. Nah, no thank you. But I seen that, okay, this shit is bullshit on that street level, because they didn't do that. You know, they wasn't that person when they went to the masjid and did their prayers and all of that. But this is what the lifestyle was. So I quickly began to see that, no, that's not for me. And it's actually not for them either. So I said to myself, what the heck is going on? And I left that and I planted myself into a church. And it was like the same thing, just a different cover. You know, they wore different emblems and things like that. But it was the same thing. It destroyed. We helped to destroy a lot of our people with knowledge itself. So what I'm saying is, nah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Yeah, definitely dealing with the Bible and the illusion and the delusion that has captivated the mind of the black man and the black woman. We have to look at it, you know, and we have to definitely go through the proper channels of getting that particular spirit out of you. Because once you understand your power and the power of your DNA and the star in the sky, the sun belongs to you, then you have to move forward as a people. And we definitely have to take unbiased opinion as far as us dealing with any religion or school of thought, and be directly for us, which is ourselves, and keep the Wazungu out of it. Keep the Wazungu out the picture, point blank, period. Just move forward. Go ahead, brother Black. Go ahead, brother Black Power, man.
Black Power. I want to read something to you real quick. I want to read a portion of it. And I don't know if y'all know it, but do you realize that the Willie Lynch letter was mostly targeting black women? That Willie Lynch letter mostly targeted, and he said it, African women. They didn't say indigenous. They didn't say none of that. And that's not an attack. I'm not trying to attack nobody. But I just want you to hear this real quick. Her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed. The ordeal caused her to move from psychological dependent state to the frozen independent state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. Are we telling us that we're not seeing that right now in 2023?
Yes, sir.
Are we saying we don't see this right now? Where the black man against the black woman, the old against the young, light skin against the dark skin, and our children are being raised in reverse roles. The black male is becoming the black female. The black female is trying to be the black male. Family, we are seeing this right before our eyes. And that's one thing I try not to get caught up in. It wasn't real. But the effects of it is.
Right.
Whether the letter was real or not, the effects of it is real. And one thing I know about these sun dodgers study us to learn to control us. They study us to learn to control us. And like Auset was saying about the religion, that was the first thing they gave us, fam. The very first thing we were allowed to read was what? The Bible.
Right.
So you got the big sky daddy in the sky watching you whenever you're not doing the right thing. You already psychologically broke. You're physically broke with slavery. And then they psychologically break you with that trash. Fam, it's called, I don't know. Me, I see it in coming into fruition. I see every bit of it. Mm-hmm. I see every bit of that Willie Lynch letter, and I don't hear none of that trash, but it's not real. But the effects of it is real, fam. I yield, fam.
I just saw on the news before we got on here that California decided to approve reparations.
Oh, yeah?
But it's only California, yeah. Today was the vote. Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple of cities doing that.
Yeah,
My thing is,
all or not. Why are they putting like on state level when it should be federal across the board? That's another trick that they allow the states to decide if that's what they want to do. When we know all of this land was taken, you see. But yeah.
Well, they have to let the states. They have to let the states decide. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis. I'm gonna explain why they have to let the states decide. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's okay. It's a little lag, so if I interrupt, it's not on purpose. It's a little lag. But what I was gonna say is,
okay, that's good.
They put the fear. It's fear and distrust and envy that is the control mechanism. You see, like they said, light against dark. That's crazy within us. The males are being females now, and vice versa. And it really is, brother. Black Power about the whole. They was.
You coming in and out, fam. Fam, you going in and out. Like when you talk, you're going in and out.
Is it still that way? I hear.
Well, not right now. Not right now. When you was talking, I was hearing every other word.
Okay, I probably got to pick my phone up. iPhone, the speaker's on the bottom, which is crazy. But even in industry, we make better things. We built this place. So they studied us to a point where we didn't even know ourselves and the other people was studying us. I believe that is how you can become under submission, not knowing who you are. Because if they knew who they was, things shouldn't have happened the way it did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I see that also today. There's, we're walking around not knowing who we are, and there is no excuse right now. So that means that they don't have the what it is. It's the fight. It's the weakness to want to know who you are. We letting other people explain to us who we are. And that is something that has to happen within. Like, I know the letter and everything is to the T, and it's very meticulous. I wasn't sure if we were going to break it down, but we could pull this like trust is stronger than trust, and envy is stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. And we see the envy in our people. And I see that they don't do each other like that.
Nope.
They put each other on. They put their families on. Like the whole thing where we think when we raise a child, they should be ready to get up and out by 18. That's not how that goes. We literally pick our children out. And I did it, like all my children went to college. But my thing is, I wasn't so ready to get rid of my children. Now, if it's respectful in your house and this and that, you can't handle them or whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do. But because no child of mine is gonna be in my house telling me what to do. And that's another thing. We don't have our structure within. See what I'm saying? I feel like if we could get our shit together as individuals, each one check their own families. First, you got to know the difference between right and wrong in our people. What we shouldn't be doing with, to one another. And no church can teach you that, no mosque or whatever. That's something that you learn by living. So we're living, but I see we're not learning. Nor do we have the motivation, the want to learn. Like I took a ride to Baltimore City yesterday. And literally what I saw that, like you said, destroyed was the black man. It's 6 and 7 black men together. They all drank it. They all on the corner at the bus stop. They helping each other do this. But I also understand these brothers are beat down and tired of life. Like, when I look at that, I see so much. But each of those men probably have families. Ain't no probably, they got it. You see? And so the Willie Lynch letter, the part about the destruction of the black man, has happened. It's not is happening. That shit already happened. You see? It's up to us as individuals. The black man, he need to wake up ASAP. The black woman, we need to wake up ASAP. But it's that religion thing that always is the stop. It's always, the last thing. You could get them conscious, and most of our people, they not silly or stupid. They understand. They understand the struggle, because when we talk to them, they agree. You know what I'm saying? Up until a certain point, when you get to talking about that religion they handed us. Most of the Christians or black Christians that I have come into contact with are fully aware of what happened. Right. But what they not willing to do is change.
Fam, what they're doing is they're trying to blacken it up. They're trying to blacken it up to make it more acceptable. And you gave me a segue to a great point. You gave me a segue to a thought, right? Mm-hmm. So one of our things is we absolutely have to be African-centered. We have to stop relying on them. We've got to get Black-centered, African-centered. If we remove their Knowledge Born said it earlier about the morals. He mentioned something earlier about morals.
Right.
We don't need to get morals and principles from them. Who are they? Who are they? These are the same people that thought eating people was all right. They thought enslaving people was all right. They thought that having sex with children was all right. They thought having sex with animals was all right. Why are we still relying on them for morals and principles? And we don't need no religion to give us morals and principles. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a quote I just got from Malcolm X today. I just got this quote from Malcolm X. Malcolm X said, "No religion and no God will ever make me not talk about the condition my people in."
Right.
He said, no religion and no God will ever make him stop talking about the condition of his people. You know how profound that is, family?
Absolutely.
He absolutely made it clear that, listen, I believe in this, but it's not going to let me, I'm not going to, I believe in this, but I'm still going to address the issue. And that's what we don't have today, family. We don't have people addressing the issue. We are standing behind all these old jackleg preachers or ministers or whatever they are, and they're misleading us, fam. On a side note, how about the fact that Al Sharpton just came out and said that he was a rat for the CIA? How about that?
He's been a rat.
Yeah.
He just came out.
It's all up to people's books.
All of us, family, in the movement, we knew that. We knew that. But he just confessed it. And so did Proswell from the Fugees.
Yeah, he just got sentenced.
Yo, fam, how many people are going to come out and say, yo, I've been working with the government? How many people are going to say that?
Working for them. See, that's what I'm saying. It's our people. They supposed to have knowledge of self, know who they are. And they are deliberately helping to destroy us from where we can't even see them. They like in the muck and the mire down there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say this has to happen from within, because we have too many factions within ourselves that is not about the African-centered program. A lot of Black people won't even say African.
Right. Willie Lynch got us right now. Everybody is clicked up.
They got them jacked up. Yeah, they got them jacked up.
Say it again?
Going back to the reparations. I said they have them jacked up, but going back to the reparations, every state has its own constitution, its own jurisdiction. So I think it has to deal with that as far as they giving each state the ability to, I guess, to say if they want to give reparations or not. And some of the states are its own self-standing entity. That's dealing with the commerce side of it. But to do it on a whole level, for as like coming down from the president of the United States, I think that'll never happen.
Probably.
That's why they leaving it up to separate states to make their own decision, because they have their own constitution, it's its own jurisdiction. It's the private side of law,
Right.
dealing with it. But you guys are making great points as far as the people are standing, what we need to do, and definitely how we need to move ASAP and wake up and we need to deal with us together. We need to lead them out and deal with us together and set our differences aside, because the indoctrination is so big. It's going to take a while for that to happen. Something has to happen cosmically, dealing with us as melanated men and women, so we can get the aha and come together like, okay, it's time to do this no matter what.
And
once we do that, the energy is going to change between us, shift and change, and then we can get some things taken care of.
Actually, I don't know if everyone knows, but now is the time, right? So in my knowing who I am, a person that studies celestial bodies as well. Like, I know that the emotions of Earthlings are controlled by that star. Now, we also have visions, but I'm talking about overall. So when we look at, like, had a lunar eclipse, and it occurred in the zodiac of Scorpio, which is Pluto. You see, Pluto is the planet of death, number one, rebirth, and starting anew. You know what I'm saying? So right now, us as a people, because I see the universe lighting fire to their asses every day. See what I'm saying? They're getting the business exposed left and right. They can't do nothing unless it's exposed or they're caught. You see? But what we are seeing is them not having to pay the consequence like you or I would.
Right.
Like, for example, the homeless man that was choked to death by them. You see what I'm saying? And they were allowed to do it, go down to the police station, give a goddamn statement, and you know if it was you, that could never work that way. The thing is, our people are docile to a certain effect. Now, I don't suggest we go out in the streets and tear and burn everything. We've been doing that for a long time. It doesn't work. So by now, we should all understand that we have to go about this another way. And the way is within your own tribe or your own camp. Some families got mad people. You know how families can get large. You know what I'm saying? And within that family, you're going to have a few derelicts. Why do the derelicts get respect in your family? You know they done out there done murdered somebody else's child or done robbed or did something, but they get respect in the family. They get respect from the Christian people in their family, the Muslims, and everybody else. It's okay to have a derelict within your camp, and you know, and we don't address it. We know that the derelicts within our family. You see? And we are destroying ourselves at this point. So the letter is in full effect. They are now falling back, except for in the court system. They still slaying us there. But right now, we're doing it to ourselves. So when we come to that understanding, then we know that it's ourselves that have to get ourselves out this situation. So I'm a weed smoker, but today I said, I'm tired of this shit. I never let it control me or anything. Like, I was an executive secretary working with them on a top level, the ones with the suit and ties that you got to talk proper to. I was their assistant for 30 years. So I know the cracker. Let's get that straight. Just like they wrote that letter, I can write one about them. You see what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, their hands been off of us for a while. We've been doing this shit to ourselves, just like the letter is saying. Like it literally is playing out word for word. But these are individual decisions that people are making. So
no, people are subject to the system. We are subject to the system. The system has us in this condition. The system have us doing what we're doing. True. These young people are following the system. And we as older people like me, I was born in the 60s, family, we absolutely have to stop this. One thing I think we don't really understand is that there's cycles. We are caught up in a cycle.
And now's the time to get free, right now.
So a couple of us have gotten free, and we're supposed to go back to that cycle and bring more people out and do what you're doing and point out that cycle. They got you on a cycle of ignorance. They got you on a cycle of poverty. They got you on a cycle of misinformation. Right now, we're dealing with a bunch of misinformation, and I'm not trying to piss on nobody, but family, they are killing. Fam, black people right now are trying to steal anybody's damn identity. I'm sitting back watching people steal Native American identity. Right. They stole Jewish identity. They're trying to steal the Mexican identity.
Right.
These Negroes are trying to steal somebody's identity
instead of using their own.
And it's because we're in a cycle of misinformation. We're in a cycle of misinformation. It's so much misinformation out here. We get off right now. We can get off this thing right now and go on TikTok, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I guarantee you'll see some misinformation.
Absolutely.
Because there's more information, more misinformation out there than there are like us providing real information and factual. I didn't sit here and give you my opinion on Willie Lynch. I read the thing.
Right.
I read it to let you see that. Right. And people are not doing that. There's no foundation anymore. So you can have matter of fact, damn that. You could have a joker like Tariq Nasheed just get out here and say anything. And everybody 2 weeks later is, I'm FBA. I'm foundational Black American. I don't rock with Africans. I don't rock with Caribbeans. Fam, that is Willie Lynch all day. Tariq Nasheed is a prime example of Willie Lynch.
Exactly.
He's separating us as a people. He's saying I'm foundational Black American, so I don't rock with Caribbeans. I don't rock with Africans. Yeah. So whenever they do something in Africa or they do something in Trinidad, and they do something in Africa or they do something in the Caribbeans, now foundational Black Americans don't have no allegiance to them. Right. That allows these sun dodgers to do whatever they want to. Right. And we as a people, we got to start saying, you just killed some people in Zimbabwe. That affects me. That's my people.
Crazy, yo.
Yeah.
The greatest thing the devil ever did was separate us.
See,
that's true. That's true. We don't read. That's number one. I like what you talked about. And me and Ken big on that, giving on source material. We always drop books,
Me too.
And these people, with the YouTube degrees, they got TikTok diplomas, and they got
he said TikTok diplomas.
You got YouTube degrees, TikTok diplomas, you got Facebook certificate. Everybody,
I'm still in that, fam. I'm still in that.
Media trade, man. Everybody on the social media trade, and both of you guys are speaking truth and power. So both of you guys are speaking truth and power.
Absolutely, we have been prompted. I don't know where anyone's been or whatever, but if we haven't gotten the notion in our minds that we got to go within for what the hell we need, right now, we can finish with the information. You see what I'm saying? What we need to do is get out there and have a conversation with that son, eye to eye, and let that son get through to your doggone head, because it will change your goddamn mind. That's a fact.
But fam, you also got to get this. You got to get people to understand. that they run around repeating shit that the sundial just said. I apologize for cutting you off.
No,
You know how many times I done heard black people be like, yo, it's too hot outside? You know how many times I done heard black people say that? I said it as a child. Now that I'm an adult, I understand the importance of the sun. And I look at people like they're crazy to me. Yo, it's too hot outside. I ain't trying to get darker. Nobody want to get burnt. And that's what the sundial just put in our heads. They put that trash in our heads. And we still run around, our youth are running around repeating everything that the sundial just said. That's horrible, fam.
Yeah, very horrible.
Yeah, we were talking about how we're doing it to ourselves. Like, say you tell a person all of the benefits about the sun, right? We'll start out with asking a person who is God. See, when we say what we need to do this and that. All right, so when we get off of here, we're going to be in the world. And so now it's time to do that work. So we say, I have a conversation. Who is God to you? Or what is God? Oh, they start going into a human somewhere. And I'm like, have you ever thought about your life without the sun? There is none.
Yep, you can't.
So on this, if you on Earth, your freaking God is that sun, literally.
Right.
And if you want a secondary God, you can talk to the moon. Oh, it's a satellite. It's this, that, whatever. I don't think so. I'm a moon goddess. I do work with the moon. That's not it. Period. When you look at a woman, her cycle is totally controlled by the moon.
Right.
They don't have the power to do all of that. So like you said, the misinformation, really, we have to go back and start from like point A, you know, to have to explain to an adult what the sun means to your life right now is off the darn chain to one of us. You was trying to explain to a black person what the sun, right now, it's no longer in no book. It's no longer that information. Like, my library is so extensive, and I could tell you today that after reading all of that shit and spending all of that money, I'm at the point where it's all about me. I am the boss, the God, whoever. You see? And once we understand that about ourselves, right? And I'm a married woman, so my husband is the God as well. You know what I'm saying? But he's not exalted over me. You see? We on an even playing field, number one. So when we got that understood, we was able to build. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times the woman can actually have some information to add to whatever you're doing. And in certain religions, the woman shouldn't even talk, and they can't do this and they can't do that.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of religion.
Well, the world has been changed over to a patriarchal rule, but it's coming back to a matriarchal rule because us as Africans, that's pretty much most of our tribes were matriarchal. You see?
That's what I was getting ready to point out. We never
you know what I'm
subjected
saying?
black women.
The project creation happened with the great mothers. And I
got something else I want to read whenever y'all get a chance.
Okay, no, I'm done. Go ahead.
Both the horse and the N-word, you know I'm not saying that word. It just don't feel right in my spirit. Both the horse and the N-word are no good to the economy in the wild or natural state. Both must be broken, tied together for orderly production. For the orderly future, special and particular attention must be paid to the female and the young offspring. Both must be crossbred to produce a variety of division and labor. Both must be taught to respond to a particular new language. Last sentence. Psychological and physical instruction of containment must be created for both. Family, are we not seeing that right now? that they're attacking our children with this LGBTQ thing. Like, bruh, they're attacking our children. Our children don't know what a boy or girl is. Children are running around saying, "Oh, I'm asexual. I don't have a gender." If you don't stop being a follower and sit your ass down somewhere.
Our household, that doesn't happen in my family.
Not your household, but it's our children in general.
Right. But
I don't have children, but my point is that they're attacking the black woman and they're attacking our youth. They've already damn near emasculated black men. We're damn near emasculated.
Right.
You know what I do when they come to attack me? Because see, all right, I'll just reveal my age. I'm 52. And
Young. You young.
52. A strong 52.
You young.
52 working on about 35, I'll say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but that's only because I know who I am. And I know how to regenerate myself. Know how to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? That don't require money or any of that. It requires going within and build and activating your God body, because we're all gods and goddesses. First of all, I'm here in Baltimore. And when I'm out and about, I see a black female. I'm like, "Peace, queen." Do you know how many of them, mostly all of them at first, is looking at me like, I said, y'all know you a queen goddess? And I said, yeah, you are.
They're not used to it.
Right now, I'm going to do my Jesus shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do. You take up your word and you go walking. Because we got to do things. Okay, we collaborate just like we're doing right now. But this has to become a lifestyle. This has to become who we are. When you see me coming, you know who the fuck it is. I'm black. I'm a goddess coming through here. But see, everybody needs to understand who they are. I'm not going to let my children run me. So in my life of dealing with them, I like to call them with the Talmud. When we're dealing with the Talmud, it's like individually you have to destroy them with this. Anything they gave me to do, "Oh, I need you to do this, I need you to do that," boom. I might not know how to do it, but I don't need them to teach me. I go figure it out and do it. And they were amazed. Like, this is like what they said about the slave. We are regenerative. You know what I'm saying? The sun regenerates us. So
right.
If you are deaf, dumb, and blind at this point in time, it is because of you. You see what I'm saying? Because the universe is doing its work. Listen, that's another thing for another story. But our star family, our galactic family, who knows who they are, they're doing their job on this earth as far as a cosmic intervention. There's still going to be one, but like we're waiting on him to appear. We're supposed to be working. And when they come, they come. But they already here. That's why they talking about a mothership and its probes. They had to come out and mention it because it's so relative. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to walk outside and I'm activate and I'm going to commune with them. It's an everyday thing.
I want to add something to what you just said.
People develop at different stages, but I'm saying this flat, deaf, dumb, and blind shit, there is a certain number of us that is not going to make it. There's always casualties of a situation. We're not going to be able to save everybody, number one. And to actually take a lot of time to bring a person out, that has to be done like periodically. I'm going to have to move on and get to the ones that is right there. They ready. You know what I'm saying? But we also got to realize that there's certain ones of us, like right now in 2023, if you're still eating pork, you fucking done, yo. Get out of here. We can't save you at this point because you can't even get that together. You know what I mean? It's like, Yeah, like go ahead on with that. We have the children, which is the future. We really need to focus on them because, yeah, a lot of us is not, and that's a sad reality. But it's true. They're stuck and they love it, and we're gonna have to let them be. You know, I'm
Without a question.
old.
Back to the Willie Lynch, right?
Yeah,
One thing that he said is you have to have your slaves trust and depend on us.
right. And they love it. They love to do it.
Well, I was bringing that up because I see right now our people are comfortable slaves.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
They are comfortable slaves, and they trust and depend on the government. They trust and depend on. Now that you said something earlier about reparations, right? I was going to ask y'all, did y'all not hear Joe Biden say that his exact words is, "I'd be damned if I pay reparations for something that happened years ago."
When the
That coward said that. Oh, I'll send you that video. That devil absolutely said that. That devil absolutely said that. And we trust and depend on him. And I'll tell you something else about this Willie Lynch letter that bothers me.
Of our people put his ass in office. Retard.
Right.
And right now,
Right.
I am.
And that goes to what I'm getting ready to say.
Right.
That goes to what I'm getting ready to say.
You
see where I said slaves trust and depend on us? He said you have to have your slaves trust and depend on us. We do that on a regular. We are to the point where we always have no problem. We know Donald Trump is a racist. We know he's a womanizer. We know that this dude has several rape cases going on. We know this. Yet black people still support that coward. Still support that clown. Family, if that ain't the remnants of, like, it's equivalent to saying, yo, I want to go to Massa Johnson's plantation instead of staying on Massa James' plantation.
Right.
I was going over there with Massa Johnson. Massa Johnson don't beat us as much. He don't beat us on Sundays. And that is horrible, fam. That is what our people are doing right now. And you know what the sad part is? I brought up the Al Sharpton and the Proswell, both of them being rats. Yo, fam, we don't hold people accountable no more. I always hear on social media, yo, black women got to hold black men accountable. Black men got to hold black women accountable. But we never hold these damn animals accountable. Never, ever.
It's the fear
We
part.
don't hold them accountable. Yeah, but we got to get past that. We don't never hold them accountable.
Right. Let me break that down. Holding someone accountable in the Western European society with Western European law is a tad bit impossible, but we can move very strategic where we stop supporting these people that does these atrocities in our community and to our community. Not just not support them, but we can also take a stance and put out certain literature so the rest of us, or some of us, will not stop supporting, you know what I'm saying, these people when they do these things in the community. And not just that, there is a way to shun someone to a certain degree where they will feel the energy, and then that will get them to running away and not do it again.
Right.
And everybody has different energies. If your energy is, I'm not gonna say it on the air, but whatever your energy is, you get them to feel your energy.
That's what,
you know what I'm saying? Because one thing for sure is Western European society, and we are under a so-called Western European regime.
Right.
And the people are comfortable. We wearing Gucci. We got iPhones. We got everything. You know, we wearing Louis. We the club. We got the booty shakers. We got the money. We got the money shakers, the booty shakers, the money movers. We got 24s, 26s, 28s.
You rolling on dubs.
Hey, not only that, we celebrate other people's holidays.
Holla.
You know what?
St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, all that BS.
All that
BS don't mean nothing. It's a lie.
Down.
Christmas is
I'm gonna tell you something that made me proud the other night. my wife friend called her and she was saying, "You not celebrate Cinco de Mayo?" My wife said, "When they celebrate Juneteenth, then I'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo." You know what I'm saying? So we gotta wake up. A lot of us are waking up, and what you said, Black Power, and what you said, I said, Amira, the people are scared, but it takes a little time. But one thing you did say, sister, you said we need to do it ASAP, and I think, like I say, and I know it's gonna be a shift because I've been feeling it and I've been seeing it. And yes, it does start with the young people. I hate to say that.
It does.
It does, but you got to think about it. Everything that happened in our community that's powerful, or something that happened, whether Wazungu has did something publicly and openly, the youth has responded.
Right.
They will stop going to school.
Yeah.
They will stop going to work and everything. And it's kind of good that the youth get in there and do that, because the ones who've been on the revolution battlefield for 40, 50, 60 years, it's kind of wearing their patience out. They tired. Yeah. They just want to live. Mm-hmm. They've been flying to Egypt. They've been flying to different places around the world. They've been preaching and stomping, truth to power, boots on the ground, marching, talking to this group of people,
getting locked up.
Yeah, getting locked up. That's another
thing. Black Panthers,
That's another thing. When our leaders get involved to a certain degree, and they get that power and that, or they get that fame locally, we gotta back them. We gotta if it means selling your house, we gotta get them out of jail. We gotta back them. If you don't, they always die in secret and inside. Yep. And then we be like, what happened? What happened? I know what happened. You weren't involved. You was there for the cameras. You was there to stand beside them. You was there with your fists in the air. And then when the water got hot, the atmosphere got real warm, you ran. Now this man that put his life on the line, his family on the line, he has no protection. They didn't poison him. They didn't put accusations. Every black man, they put accusations on him. He's a rapist. He's a womanizer. He's a thief. He's something. Put something on him. There is not one black man that has not been tainted in the media. Not one. If there has not been publicly, then they got something on them privately. And the ones who got something on privately, they be quiet because they don't want to show that video and they don't want to put out there what they did privately.
Excellent point, fam. Excellent point.
You gotta wake up. And for us the reparation thing, that's dealing with commerce. And a lot of black people are not hip to commerce. I'm gonna tell you something. They passed something called a black identity extremist, trying to say the black man don't know his identity. When we come into court pro se and stand on our square, I learned a lot from the Moors, but I also learned the mistakes that the Moors do. Going to court challenging jurisdiction is not the way, because there is a law word called willfully ignorant. It's in the United States interest to keep the public willfully ignorant. And then according to certain laws, if you have a website, if you have anything dealing in the public, they have jurisdiction over you. You know what I'm saying? We have these credentials that we move around with. And I'll tell you, for a while, the right to travel document was floating around and a lot of people was using it in court. But what happened was a lot of us was not willing to go to court so we can help each other out and keep the document going and keep the police on notice so we can continue to use the right to travel.
Yeah, they dropped
it's a lot of things that happen, but I'm gonna tell you the main thing is the black man and the black woman have become comfortable in their situation. So now they're moving along without us. Nature is on our side.
Right.
I know that for a fact. I feel it all the time. Nature pushes me to get to nature. I'm just being for real.
Me too.
But the Wazungu, crazy, he want to block out the sun. The Wazungu, crazy. He want to treat all the crops. Right. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of hard for us.
Sun dodgers.
Hard for us. Hard for them to shake the things that happen.
Right.
As far as us as a people, we definitely got to wake up. We definitely got to take control. And it's going to take people like me, you, Ken Wardo, everybody on this platform to keep putting it out there. We got to keep putting it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
An old saying is terrible. sticks and stones may break my bone, but your words will never hurt me. That's a lie.
That's
Words
a lie.
heal me.
Exactly.
It
That's
wasn't
one of my
true,
superpowers.
they wouldn't have spells. If that wasn't true, they wouldn't have generational curses. If that wasn't true, then people, when they be able to say things to you and it affects you emotionally, spiritually, we got to wake up, family. For real.
And
well said, fam. Good job. Love how you summarize that thing. Good job, fam.
Very good.
Yeah, but you got to watch out, man. These YouTube degrees, these TikTok and these Facebook certificates.
I'm writing that down right now. I'm definitely saying that in my next speech.
I was on the show yesterday or a day before, and we were talking about Black support. The sales is Black, because I'm an entrepreneur. So I really gauge, because I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm also a Black power. You see what I'm saying? But my entrepreneur stage, I fell to everyone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So on that stage, I'm kind of like, and I love it. I don't really care. I'm kind of like two different people. You see, I'm actually more than that, but for this little paradigm, I kind of like switch up because that's my bread. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if we had the right psychology, I wouldn't have to worry about that. I could be who I am and still get my money. Because what I'm saying is for the benefit of a people. You know what I'm saying? Other people, you see them, other races, they take care of each other. We'll walk past, one of them will be choking us to death, and we'll just walk past or pick out our phone. I would have kicked that mofo in his head. Straight up, if I was at anything, if I had an umbrella, whatever, get off him. Like I would have went right over there and start poking him in his head with the damn umbrella, my pocketbook, anything. I would have.
So y'all do know it was a Negro that held that brother's hands while that devil choked him.
The video I saw was a white guy holding his hands, but that was the.
It was a Negro. It was a Negro. I got people in the Bronx trying to find out who he is right now.
What video are y'all talking about?
It was a Negro. The 30-year-old street performer. 30-year-old street performer had a mental breakdown on the train. He spazzed out, said a couple things. A 24-year, and the 24-year-old ex-Marine, his father is a captain of a precinct.
Oh
That's
his father is a captain.
Way you could do something like that and walk the hell out. That was the shit. When they let the guy go, I knew it was a wrap, yo. I knew that was, he got
15 minutes. Who don't know that 15 minutes is gonna kill somebody? Who don't know that? George Floyd was 8 minutes. George Floyd was 8 minutes 45 seconds. 15 minutes? You double that? 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's
I couldn't have been on that train. I'd have stomped his teeth in. Well, y'all already know. Y'all know how I feel about these Sun Dodgers anyway.
That dude, we would have both been locked up because they would have locked us up. You see what I'm saying? And just like, what is it? Tookie Williams and Free Larry Hoover and all of our, our people that fight for us, we don't do shit for them. And you see, I'm talking right now, but I would love to find out, what is Larry Hoover? Do they even know if he's alive or not? Like, what is going on with that situation? Do you know?
He alive.
Well, me and Ken Water from Chicago. He alive. He got people that check on him.
Still holding him in prison, isn't it?
Yeah,
he has. Even when he was in prison, he orchestrated a lot of people to go vote for somebody.
Yes, back in the mid-90s, they changed Gangster Disciple to Growth and Development, and they got into the political arena.
Yeah,
they had never let nobody like Larry Hoover or Jeff Ford, another brother. You know what I mean? They never let them.
But isn't
and they all men now?
Hasn't he served his sentence?
Man, them brothers had too much power. They was like Tookie Williams in L.A.
Too much influence.
They go over in law and do what the hell they want.
Yeah, they go over the law.
We let them.
Yeah, but
actually do something.
But you know what? And you know what? But you know what? Because they know if they was there, because they older men now. They like in their 70s. But if they were ever to let them two brothers out, They know they have a lot of power and they can change a lot of stuff. Their mindset is different than it was 20 or 30 years ago.
They still can't hold them, man, just to hold them. Like, I'm going to look into it.
Yes, they can. Have we forgot about COINTELPRO?
Yeah.
Have we forgotten about counterintelligence program?
Not at all.
They absolutely was out to destroy anything that looked like a messiah.
Yeah. Okay, whatever they doing their time at, it would take all the black people in that particular city or that particular state to go there.
Right.
Overthrow and pull them out.
Then
you do that, that's going to call in the National Guard, and that's going to call in, more armed forces to enforce
on the people. Yeah.
No, the United States are going to enforce the trust. Don't forget, everybody in prison is held by a trust. The prison is a trust.
Right.
They have a board, and what they negotiate or what they say you invested in is beds.
I would have my
beds.
Right. Somebody got kicked off.
Yeah, he fell off. Go ahead, drop the information, sister. We can ready come to a close of the program.
Okay. Just basically, I'm Auset. I'm in Ra. I have a YouTube channel. It's Holistic Wellness Haven, and I do my work through my own website, and that's what I do. It's www.tanya23.com.
Okay, I saw you had the uncle. I'm gonna be in contact with you.
Yeah.
Kenwodo Akil, you have any final words for the program and the show?
Just peace and black power. Peace and black power.
Peace and black power, family. We thank you guys for checking us out on Revolt Discussion Radio. We will be back again. We thank our guests for coming. I said Amin Ra, as well as Black Power Ra. He fell off. And greetings, peace, and power to him. He probably had some communication problems.
Yes.
But once again, this was definitely a dope episode. We thank the sister for engaging and the brother for engaging, speaking truth to power, and speaking for our people. It's very important. No matter what they said and how they said it, we have to follow and we have to pull out the good and make it better.
That's right. Right in spaces.
Yeah,
with their laws. We can do it.
We can do it. So, hey, once again, I want to thank everybody for coming out to Vocal Dialect with the Baruti, the Power of the Great African Mind, the event that we had this past Saturday. Me and Kenwodo was very appreciative of, and definitely for the performers, the vendors, everybody that showed up, even the people that came from out of town. It was an honor and a pleasure to be in the building. You know what I'm saying? The Baba was happy. The Queen was happy. Everybody was happy. We ain't got nothing but good feedback from the show. We thank you guys and we love you guys.
Yes.
Hey, it's been another one. Revolt Discussion Radio. Peace.
Peace.